Yeah.
Okay, so I was playing chess against Hey Jazz last night, and he told me that he could hear the Taliban coming near his neighborhood.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he lives in Kabul.
You know, I seen a thing from the news that the president was pleading for America to come back.
I didn't hear about that. Is that legit or fake?
Yeah, he said he's afraid they're going to take the capital and please come back.
They already have taken the capital. It's over.
Oh no, they are you sure?
The president resigned last night. Hey Jazz even told me that the guy resigned before it was on the news.
Wow. We need to go back there.
No, we don't. It's too late now.
Yeah, we
It's
should
gonna
just
happen
stay there.
sooner or later.
Yeah, we will go back there. Guarantee it. The
Biden was
Taliban
fucking stupid.
the Taliban's not going to
Biden,
stop with Afghanistan. They're not going to like
Biden,
take Afghanistan and go, "Oh, well, that's enough now. We're done." They're not going to stop there. Their goal
Biden. Yeah, go ahead.
their goal is an Islamic planet, you know? They want Sharia, global Sharia. So they're not going to
Yeah,
stop.
Biden. That's nice. Biden could have, as soon as he was president in January, whatever it is, he could have said, "I'm not gonna, I'm not going to follow Trump's deal because the Taliban has violated it." That's all he had to say, and then he could have just left troops there. Period.
Yeah, he could have pulled the same game that Trump played with the fucking Iran deal. It's a horrible deal.
Yeah. Well, it was a horrible deal because the Taliban was violating the deal anyway.
You know, it's ironic because Iran was actually sticking to the deal. They weren't violating it.
That's still not as big of a thing as this is, though. I mean, you got people that are eminently going to be killed
I agree.
overnight.
I agree. This is crazy shit. They've already killed people.
And
You know,
and 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 if Biden was going to pull out like that, why not send over fucking freight planes, load up like 70, 80,000 people that were actually, you don't give a fuck about the people anyways because you're pro Julian Assange. So all the people that he named, you don't care about anyways. So what do you care about the fucking Afghanis anyways? The ones that helped America.
oh man.
No, seriously, like why do you suddenly care about them, but when Julian Assange names them, you don't care?
I do. I don't agree with what Julian Assange said, but
I showed you that statement that he told the reporters, where
yeah,
he
I
said
know.
that he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck about him at all. I showed you that statement.
No, I never agreed with his statement. I just said, I mean, even if Julian feels that way, that's unfortunate. I still give him credit for calling out America on their war crimes. Like we should have never entered these places in the first place under the circumstances that we did.
I don't know. I don't know what war crimes we did in Afghanistan though, and he exposed that as well.
Yeah,
There's all
the
the names there.
the collateral damage video showed U.S.
That was
soldiers.
in Iraq. In
Right.
Iraq.
I know it wasn't Afghanistan. I know. We do have, in both countries, we had instances of what are they called? The private soldiers from like Black Rock and stuff. They were like indiscriminately running around like shooting people, and and we were
Well,
basically like, well, they're private contractors. We didn't hire them to do that.
Well, this
well,
all goes
to be
back to the
fair
first
though,
place.
to be
The
fair though,
Taliban.
Afghanistan. Hey, hang on a second. To be fair though, if we didn't kill the Afghanis, the fucking Taliban would have killed them anyway. So what's the matter?
I still feel like I wish I wish I could see a response from Julian Assange to that whole accusation about what he said too, because it was just two reporters supposedly quoting him, and I wonder if they took him out of context because it doesn't. It just seems out of character for him. Like he wanted
No,
to
it
expose.
doesn't. No, it doesn't. You don't know
Why
his
not?
character. You don't fucking know his
So,
character.
I mean, you think the guy would fucking take the side of Muslim people that want to spread Sharia law around the planet? You think that his ideals about freedom coincide with that? Doesn't make
He
sense.
said that anybody who helps America is the enemy. So I don't care
Yeah,
what his motives are.
that just doesn't seem. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't
What
make
he
sense.
said, he never denied it, did he?
I don't know that. How can you make that claim?
I don't know. The guy runs WikiLeaks. It seems that whenever he wants to say something, people listen to him.
Yeah, but he criticizes governments around the world. Like you think the U.S. is the only government that he's exposed crimes of?
It's the main one that he focuses on. Yeah.
No, it's not. That's the main ones that the media focuses on. Have you ever taken a look at WikiLeaks? You know, what about that huge thing that fucking implicated all those Russians? The media didn't really pay any attention to that.
Implicated what Russians? What are you talking about?
They found a bunch of uh, Russians that were fucking, hiding money and getting
Yeah.
rich through their fucking
Uh huh.
connections with the Russian government.
Okay. I saw
So
that. I saw that in the news. I saw that. I saw that in the news. What's your point?
yeah, but they didn't make as big a deal out of that as they did the Iraqi cables. They're not trying to extradite him to America to charge him with leaking that information. They just want to charge him with leaking the Iraqi cables. They don't care about the
Well,
Russian.
I hope they get him for Iraqi cables. People died because of that.
No, they didn't. You keep saying that, and I still would love to see one name.
I already showed you the names before, and now you're denying that I
You
ever
didn't.
showed them to you.
You
Yes,
didn't.
I did. Yes, I did.
You
Yes,
showed
I
me an
did.
article with a name of like a maybe, like the Taliban killed somebody, and they claimed that's where they got it from.
Yep.
Nobody ever connected it with the cables.
The Taliban said that they had his name. They had his name from WikiLeaks. End of discussion.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Taliban has a conspiracy against Julian Assange. Then, okay, they're just making it up. Okay,
Why do you think they like Julian Assange? He's not Muslim.
because they gave him the names. Of course, they love the guy.
So
Was that the one where he redacted the names like immediately?
He
he
never
didn't.
did. He never.
There was no way his staff wasn't big enough to redact the names.
Again, Nard and I have already talked about this with you before. You do a search by name. It'll redact all the names. Computers can redact all the names automatically. We had this discussion before, and you're still trying to argue the same shit when Nard and I proved you wrong. You're not willing to learn from what we showed you.
Yeah.
A fucking computer can redact those.
I believe he did try to go to the media first with that, and they didn't want to work with him, so he just released it.
Oh, so it's the media's fault that he had to release the names of people that were later executed in Afghanistan and in Iraq.
Again,
Makes total sense.
again, if that's the case, even if I concede to you all of that, it still doesn't discount the fact that he that WikiLeaks is a great idea, and the stuff that America did needed to be exposed. And
Okay, it needs to be exposed as long as more people die. It's totally worth it, though.
Well,
He's against people dying.
Apparently, collateral damage is fine as long as the American government is doing it, but not WikiLeaks.
right, that's
okay,
what I.
well, then how can he argue that he's exposing collateral damage when he himself creates the same fucking thing? He's the same as the government. So as long as you admit that, we're okay.
No, because you're saying he's openly admitting it. The government's trying to cover it up and throw him in jail for it.
So the
I
government
mean,
can't kill people, but Julian Assange can. That's
I
okay.
still don't even really know that he said that. You have like 2 reporters that are saying he said that. They don't have a recording. It's not on video. You know, I don't.
It could
You
be.
got two guys saying
compare-
that Julian said that.
Compare the
That's it.
scale difference between them.
I don't give a fuck what the scale. 1 life or 1,000,000 lives. It doesn't fucking matter to me. He's trying to expose. He's trying to expose.
Be lost.
It
He's
matters.
trying to expose collateral damage.
It matters to that other 999,000.
Yeah, well, the American government did not say, let's get a bomb and let's drop it here on a wedding on purpose. They were all tactical mistakes. He's out there saying that I don't give a fuck if the names are released. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't even know that he really said that. You got 2 guys claiming he said that.
Uh-huh.
That's
So
it.
they're just going to make it up.
It's
He's going to
possible
meet with them.
people have made up a lot of things about Julian Assange. They
He's
made
going
up.
to meet with them. He's
They
going to
made
meet
it.
with them,
They
and
made
they're
it
going to
up.
lie. They're
Yeah.
going to lie.
Yeah. They made it up
They
that
could
he
be-
raped somebody.
That wasn't made up at all.
Yeah, it was. Why didn't
No,
they
it
charge
wasn't.
him when the girls first came in? Why didn't they charge him then? Why did they have
Because
to?
he wasn't in Sweden. He wasn't in Sweden. He fled the country, you fucking retard.
And
You're
they
so
dropped
fucking
the charges,
stupid.
didn't they?
Yeah. At first, they didn't even charge him. At first, they didn't even charge him.
You got to have evidence, retard, before you can charge somebody, no matter what they say.
Those girls were fucking groupies. They wanted to fuck him.
You see what I mean? You have such a slanted fucking retarded view. You're showing your bias already.
When that guy, at the time that supposedly happened, the dude was touring the world. Girls were trying to fuck him left and right. Why would he rape somebody? That makes no sense.
Well, the accusation was about like a broken condom, actually.
No, it wasn't about a broken condom. It was about him not using a condom.
The original accusation, and what? And that's rape.
Well, you know what? I guess Harvey Weinstein is innocent too. Let's just move on.
Oh
Bill
yeah.
Cosby, innocent.
I mean, the Harvey Weinstein thing is I mean, there's some nuance to that too, but that's like you're talking about a producer who's trying to fucking take advantage of women that want to get in the movies.
And he's a fucking well-known individual internationally who
Yeah,
can use
but
his name to take advantage of women too.
you're comparing that to fucking. How do you use Julian Assange to get into what do you think they were going to use him for? Like what, you think they wanted a job working for WikiLeaks?
You know what? I'm going by what the guy said. So if the guy didn't say it, he met with those reporters. He could have sued them for libel. He never
WikiLeaks was a mostly volunteer organization, and even the paid people, like a lot of them had massive financial and legal troubles. Like it's not something that you're going to get rich off of. Getting into Weinstein is like a doorway to becoming a millionaire.
It's not about getting rich. It's the fact that women saw him as a hero, and then he took advantage of them.
Yeah, I just find that unlikely. Women were like throwing themselves at him. He was young and
show me the proof. Show me the proof. I want to see the video. You're telling me that the reporters misquoted him, so I want to see your proof.
No, I didn't say they did. I'm just saying I don't know if I believe them.
Who's the witness? Who's the witness? Who's the witness that girls were throwing themselves at him?
It'd be nice if we could hear Julian Assange respond to that fucking accusation. I would love to hear him talk about it again. I'd love to hear him say, "Oh, I don't give a fuck about them." I want to hear him say that because
I said it.
I just don't think it matches. It doesn't match the character that I've seen from the man. Every time I've heard him speak, it doesn't match what
the character. You don't know a single thing about the guy. You've seen him on YouTube. You fucking idiot.
Well, then I mean, yeah, that's how else are we supposed to get an insight into his life besides watching his videos?
You never will. You never will, because what you see on YouTube is not who he actually is. When I see Biden on fucking TV,
well,
yeah,
what you see on a quote from a guy's article is not actually who they are or who he is.
A quote can be used because he said it. He's responsible for what he says.
Yeah, those guys.
YouTube too. Except that can be verified.
Exactly.
You want to
It's
indemnify a
funny too
guy
because
and say,
they've basically scrubbed all his content from the internet, or a lot of it. You know, there's a lot of shit that because I remember he used to respond to a lot of that stuff, and I remember when you first brought this up, I went looking for that shit, and you can't fucking find it now. You know, I remember when I used to get fucking notices from his YouTube channel, and then one day, they unsubscribed me from his channel. I'm not getting notices anymore. I went back to resubscribe. His channel was the only channel I've ever seen on all of YouTube that no longer had a subscribe button. I couldn't resubscribe to it again.
you're a Julian Assange fanboy. Congratulations.
I just think WikiLeaks is a great idea, and it was a good thing. You know, if he should have redacted the names, maybe you're right. I don't think anybody died from it,
Okay.
but you know, the Taliban supposedly claimed one did, and it wasn't ever verified. They never found that name in the cables. The one
guy's
name,
fucking dead. Guy's dead. Never verified.
but they never found his name in the cables.
Oh, okay. It wasn't in the cables. It was in WikiLeaks, idiot.
The cables
Not a website.
The cables are what WikiLeaks released. That's what the names were supposedly in, was the Iraqi cables.
WikiLeaks released the fucking names of people in the embassy that were on pieces of paper on computers.
Yep. And none of them died.
Okay, you're a fucking lying piece of shit. I showed you multiple names last time.
The name, you showed me one name, and it was supposedly it was not somebody from, it was supposed to be an informant, and they never found that person's name in the cables.
Okay, whatever you say.
The article you sent me said that nobody was able to verify that the name was in the cables. So that was the article.
The article never said that, you idiot. The article said the opposite.
It did. It said that it was never verified. The Taliban claimed it, but it was never verified. So that's what the article you sent me said. And I even pointed it out to you when you sent it to me.
Never verified means that nobody in the news media did the research. It doesn't mean that the name wasn't out there.
Okay. I'm not saying it's not in there. I'm saying nobody found it. Nobody verified it. Why would they not take the time to verify it if they're trying to charge this guy and extradite him and he's going to be going to fucking prison for life or maybe put to death for treason or whatever?
They can't charge the guy for a crime that he did against an Afghani. First of all, America has no jurisdiction on that.
Then why did they have a fucking indictment against him?
His indictment has to do with releasing national security issues, not people who died in Afghanistan.
But that's the argument behind releasing national security, is that it could get someone compromised.
Yeah, and that was information that should have been released. The American government should have been admitting to it themselves. They should have been saying they should have been coming out publicly and saying, "Hey, look what happened in Iraq. These are our soldiers. We're going to hold them accountable. We've actually put them on trial. They're going to be serving jail time for their crime because it's a war crime." That's what they should have done. And they didn't. They covered it up. They're like, fuck the Iraqis. We killed some reporters in Iraq. They were like Associated Press reporters and first responders. Fuck them. You know, at least an informant knows they're risking their life. A first responder is showing up to save someone who's hurt. Are you kidding? Like, what the fuck?
Anyways, it doesn't matter because, you know, it's all collateral damage. None of it matters on both sides. So who cares? You already admitted that.
Well, the point is that it's bad either way.
I can simply go through here and
the question is, when are you going to go back to Afghanistan again, man?
America, you mean?
to kill more people.
Why would America redact the names? Those documents were confidential. You fucking
The
idiot.
Republican will go back.
I think we will go back. I don't know when. Probably when they're gonna have to do more than just take something in Afghanistan.
Next time is gonna be huge. Next time should be huge, man.
We're not going back in your lifetime. It's not gonna happen.
Fry the Middle East, bro. Keep frying it.
I bet we will go back.
Are you fucking retarded? We already lost.
I just feel sorry
like
for
$2 trillion doing
the
this.
people,
It's not
man.
gonna happen.
Yeah, we printed all of it. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
And
Okay.
the people making the decisions to go made the money. They didn't lose any money. They made a bunch of money.
Exactly.
Okay, if that's the case, then why do we leave, you fucking retard?
I don't know what the official reason is.
Political pressure.
You're claiming that people making the money have total control. Then why do we leave? How are they going to make money if we
Because
leave?
we're
You fucking
in
idiot?
a dozen other Middle Eastern countries. It doesn't matter if we're in Afghanistan or not.
But maybe the plan is to make
Okay,
Taliban
well,
fight,
you know what?
Russian and
I can
Chinese.
tell you what the plan is. I know what the plan is. The plan is we want Afghanistan to be in constant turmoil. That actually might be why we left, because we were starting to calm things down there. China would love to put a pipeline through Afghanistan. We don't want a pipeline there. Actually, maybe I'll tell.
Why you don't like? I don't know, man.
That might be one caveat that would keep us out of Afghanistan, is that maybe China's switching off the oil.
We're not going back to Afghanistan. We're not going back to Afghanistan ever again. No politician or president is going to run on, let's go back to Afghanistan. It's not going to happen. They'll be voted out of office. You fucking idiot.
If they want to, they'll just spin a sob story about how we left.
Yeah,
went to
I don't
shit.
know.
Did we go back to Vietnam? You fucking retard. It's over.
I don't know if the sob story will work with Americans, because they don't.
Different situation now.
No, it's not completely different, you fucking moron. It's over. We're not going back.
If we wanted to invade Vietnam, they'd just blame some political, they'd find some sob story and hype it up in the media, and then we'd be there.
We're not fucking going back to Vietnam.
It wouldn't be the
same. It's been 50 fucking years. We're not going back, you fucking retard.
It wouldn't be the same enemy, but if they wanted to, we would.
We're not, no, they're not even going to try it because it's not going to fucking work. It's not popular. It's never going to happen. You make it sound like we live in a fucking dictatorship, and they can just do like whatever the fuck they want. Popular opinion still
that's true. That's true. We have a fucking group of dictators in our government.
Yeah, that's right. They just flip the coin
illegally without the permission of Congress.
They just flip a coin. They just flip a coin. There was no laws back then about permission of Congress, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
What? You mean the Constitution?
Congress is supposed to declare war. You can't.
That's
the
not
president.
True at all. That's not true at all.
Yes, the Congress is. It's in the Constitution.
Listen, retard. Oh, it is. Where's it at in the Constitution? Show me.
Oh,
So you want to know how you get around that? You don't call it a war. Problem solved, you fucking moron.
Oh yeah, that's
exactly the problem.
That's
Word
exactly
games.
right. That's
That's
so
what
you
I
lie.
said. There's no law.
You basically what you're saying is you basically break the law and then lie and say you didn't. You go to war.
Breaking the law. The law doesn't
You're going
specify
to
what
war,
war
but
means.
you're lying and saying it's not war.
That was what the Korean War was. Police action, not a war.
Article 1, Section 8, Clause 11 of the U.S. Constitution, sometimes referred to as the War Powers Clause, vests in Congress the power to declare war in the following wording. To declare war, grant letters of marque and reprisal, and make rules concerning captures of land and water.
That's nice. Again, they don't define what war means, do they? So right there, you got a big problem.
No.
Do you not?
Yeah,
nobody violated the law. The law does not define.
I guess what we did in Afghanistan doesn't fit under the word war, because it wasn't defined as such. Yeah, I guess it's not war. We sent our military there. We bombed them and shot at them. Tanks, helicopters, fucking. It's not war though.
It's just a military conflict.
They don't call Korea the Korean War. They call it the Korean conflict.
Yeah, that's again. You're just going to war and lying and saying you're not.
They don't define war in the law, so that's why they're able to do that. You idiot! You're missing
This is
my
why
point,
they're
fucking moron.
look. If you can just use if you can use word games to do whatever you want, even if it's not popular with the American people, that's
what their law is, you fucking idiot. Everything in their law is a fucking word game. Every law known to man is a fucking word game. You fucking moron.
You're making my point.
Why is that bad if I am making your point? You just told me the president cannot declare war, and yes, he can.
He can't.
Yes, he can. He's done it. Look at Korea. Look at Vietnam.
That wasn't a war. So are you now admitting it's a war?
It's not a war. It's not a war because war is not defined.
Maybe can't is the wrong word. He's not supposed to be able to legally. Obviously, he can because he did, but he's not supposed to be.
That's my point. That's my fucking point, you idiot. He's not supposed to, but he's able to because they don't define what war is. When did I say it wasn't a problem? Are you fucking retarded?
I think
I was in favor of going to Vietnam.
You're kind of splitting hairs. Like, well, I'll give you the can't thing. All right, you're just like, I think you know what we mean, though.
The point was.
I don't want to know what you mean. I want you to say what you mean.
The point was that the politicians just do what they want.
Yeah, and they'll make that fucking money. They'll go back to Afghanistan if they want to. You may be right. We might not go there, but I think Snake made a good point. Like, it's the only reason we wouldn't go there is because we can go to fucking war somewhere else, anywhere. Some way they'll get that money. I think.
I don't even know why this. I don't know why this guy is even here. Bronzy's not in the room for him to stick his fucking nose in her cunt. He's not even here. So why is he in the room?
Bronzy.
This guy's always following Bronzy around, sticking his nose up her cunt.
No, that's not the same guy. You're thinking of Puppet, Master of Puppets or whatever. That's a different guy.
This is the same guy. No, it's
no,
the same guy.
No, it's not. It's not him. I'm telling you. That guy's fucking retarded. Snake is like.
Agree on that one.
Yeah, Snake is not retarded like him.
Well, according to Jake, according to the real Jake, we need to give nuclear weapons to Iran. That's what he said. So.
No, that's not what he said.
Yes, it is. He literally said that.
He just said that if you look at it from their point of view, like they
bring him over here right now.
Like, he understands their point of view. Like, we have nuclear weapons, other countries have they want nuclear weapons too. Like, he doesn't want anyone to have nuclear weapons. He just understands.
Well, he must have changed his fucking tune.
Like, he understands why Iran's doing what they're doing, and like what like it's not a surprise.
They're doing what they're doing for the. They're doing what they're doing for the fucking money. Period. They don't care about the nuclear weapons. They want the money.
I mean, they already have all the money. They just want power. They want to.
Oh yeah.
They want to maintain their fucking status in the world. Iran, they want to increase it because they're third. They're like.
Yeah. Iran has all the money in the world. Okay. Why don't you ask Jake about that one?
No, they have all the money in Iran.
That's not very much money.
It is. I mean, look, they're living pretty, all right? The Iranian government is living fat.
Of course they're living fat. The fucking king, they had a monarch for fucking, 200, 300, 500 fucking years. That monarch left a lot of wealth there. They had a lot of gold from that. And on top of that, they would have had agreements with China and Russia and stuff. Sure, of course they have money. But they have no money compared to other countries. They have nothing.
This whole thing started because in the 50s we overthrew the monarch in Iran for political reasons and monetary
We never
reasons.
overthrew the monarch. We never overthrew the monarch.
The Shah.
Yeah, the
We
CIA
never
is,
overthrew the Shah.
What?
the CIA has admitted they did it.
The CIA overthrew the Shah.
They
Funded the coup.
yeah.
Are you fucking retarded? The CIA backed the Shah. You are beyond retarded.
No, they also they sent fucking agents into the country with money to fucking stir up protests, and yeah, they fucking.
That was against the government of Iran, and that was after the Shah. And that was also, they also used money to throw down the prime minister, because the prime minister had a revolution against the Shah. And in the 50s, the CIA funded an operation against the prime minister to help the Shah get power back. Know your history. Stop guessing. Go fucking read it on your Wikipedia, whatever you want to fucking use, and know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah,
Prime
so
Minister
they overthrew the Shah.
tried to do a coup.
When did I mention any order or any government that we like? All I did was say that the CIA funded protests to overthrow the government at the time. I never mentioned whether it was the Shah or
You said the
before
Shah. You said the Shah. You said the Shah.
No,
Now you're
no.
changing what you said.
Snake mentioned the Shah. I just said the CIA admitted that they overturned the government there. They've already admitted to it.
You said the Shah. You said the Shah.
I didn't say the Shah. Snake said the Shah, and you already agreed that they backed the Shah.
The CIA backed the Shah. What are you?
I never said that the CIA fucking paid to kick the Shah out. I just said that they funded the fucking protests. That's it. They funded the protests and the coup.
No, the U.S. funded the coup to overthrow the Shah.
You're a retard, man. You're a total retard.
Okay, go check Wikipedia.
I thought they backed the Shah.
I don't have to.
No.
CIA funded coup Iran. Who did they coup? Let's see.
It's literally written all over the Wikipedia page.
Well, if it is, it's wrong. So
okay.
You're a retard. If you believe that.
I mean,
even though they have CIA documents planning the coup and they have funding.
That's what I said. The CIA already admitted this. I don't know who it was, but I already know the CIA has admitted to a coup in Iran. That is not a secret.
We're not talking about that idiot. We're talking about he's saying that they were against the Shah.
Correct. I don't know.
I don't need to read it. I already know history. My sources are a Berkeley professor, because I studied history at the University of Nebraska. So apparently she's a fucking retard.
Or you're remembering it.
And apparently all the books I've apparently all the books I've read are fucking. Apparently all the books I've read are wrong too. So.
It says working with the Shah, the CIA and the British intelligence began to engineer a plot to overthrow Mossadegh. They overthrew Mossadegh, not the Shah.
Mossadegh is a prime minister. That's what I was trying to tell you, but you won't fucking listen to me.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like that's not the point. The point is the CIA.
The point is this fucking guy is trying to rewrite history, and he's telling me that the CIA overthrew the Shah. He's no fucking self. He's a goddamn liar.
I mean, he is right. He is right, Snake. It was Mossadegh, not the Shah.
Okay.
I always get those two mixed up myself, though.
Dude, the names aren't even similar.
I know, but I can't. I just don't care enough to fucking remember which one is which. I don't know. It's Mossadegh, all right? They funded the overthrow of Mossadegh.
The Shah wanted to sell us oil at a very cheap price, by the way. He was going to do projects for America in this country. A lot of American companies were going to build there. I can go on and on. I mean, it was going to benefit Iran and America a lot. So retarded. I mean, they would be so much wealthier. They'd be South Korea today if they hadn't gotten full retard and become a fucking Islamic caliphate.
Yeah, but that's
Cuba's the same way though, but Cuba's way different. Say it again.
That's our fault. Why it's a Islamic theocracy now?
Why is it our fault?
Because we were overthrowing people in their country, which created a power vacuum.
Their prime minister was pro-Islamic Caliphate. Their prime minister denounced the Shah.
And so?
And how is it our fault? How is it our fault then?
Because our entire... It might have happened without us, but certainly we didn't think it would. But it created a power vacuum. And that's what
the only thing that's our fault is that we didn't
vacuum.
send in the military.
What?
Okay, you don't even know the full fucking story. The Shah got cancer. The guy couldn't even run his own country. So while he had cancer, they knew the government was weak, and they fucking.
So it's our job to go in and start creating power vacuums?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You haven't proved anything that you're saying.
We just had a whole conversation about the coup. That was
Good morning, sir.
Okay, whatever you say, man, you're still going to argue with me that the CIA overthrew the Shah. So I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he stopped arguing that.
Sir, I cannot understand.
Yeah,
so
what
what?
do you
It's not my
speak?
fucking problem that you can't understand.
When I agreed with you, he said okay. When I agreed with you, he conceded. He said okay.
Yeah, the point was not about whether it was the Shah or the Prime
I
Minister.
know, he's like sticking on the wrong point. I know.
So now I'm the problem. This guy's wrong about what he said, but I'm the problem. Okay.
He already
I concede. You're right and I'm wrong.
Conceded. He already conceded. You're splitting hairs over the wrong point, though.
I just conceded too. I'm wrong. I just conceded too. I'm wrong and he's right. He understands Middle Eastern politics and foreign policy better than I do. I'm wrong.
I'm glad that's settled then.
We're just the point that you were supposed to concede is about the fact that the CIA involves themselves in any country they want. They'll fucking go and do that shit. Like the American government, not just the CIA, whether it's through the CIA or whatever, they'll fucking like that was all part of a greater point of like we do live in a dictatorship. It reminds me of that quote from The Patriot, that movie with fucking what's his name, Mel Gibson, where he's arguing against the war, he's arguing against the Revolutionary War because he says I don't want to trade. What he doesn't say dictator. What does he say? He says what's the word? Fuck. I'll just say dictator because I can't remember the word he used. He didn't want to trade one dictator 200 miles away for 200 dictators a mile away. And that's what we essentially did.
Yep. And we've done that to like all the countries over there. Every time we screw around with them, their government collapses and is replaced by a fundamentalist Muslim theocracy.
And we do that in places where we want that because we benefit. There are certain countries where America benefits from their maintaining chaos in those countries.
Yeah.
Especially a country where they would love to build a pipeline to China. We want Afghanistan. As long as China might benefit from oil being pumped into their country faster, we want to stop it. We don't want Afghanistan to stop being war torn, and that might even be why we pulled out. It might have been getting too calm there. We want to fucking pull out and let it fucking stir up again. But who knows? Maybe the oil thing's wearing off because everything's switching to electric. I don't know how electrified their military is becoming, but the main reason why oil was such a big thing is because China their whole military ran on it.
Yeah, everything is switching to electric. Again, you're a retard. You're so fucking stupid.
What?
Well, and just because the politicians and the weapons dealers decide everything doesn't mean everything goes according to plan. Like everything they've tried to do has pretty much failed.
Yeah, well,
politically, they still make
not
money.
everything. Not everything. Not everything. A lot of stuff. They just
Everything is failed. This guy wants to simplify.
We tried to.
Everything into a paradigm that he can understand it, even though it's not factually accurate.
I wouldn't say everything's failed. I mean, like, we want to fail in Afghanistan. We don't want, like I said, we want turmoil there. We don't want to fucking succeed and make that country good. We want.
You're fucking retarded. You're fucking retarded as fuck.
It's about protecting Americans from terrorism.
No, it's not. It's not. It's protecting Americans from terrorism. Why did we leave and let the terrorists take over the country? That's what it's about.
That is why it was a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. Joseph Biden and Trump are retards. That's why.
I mean, I can't disagree with that.
And George W. Bush and Dick Cheney are retards too because they had no plan.
Oh, I was right. I was right.
No fucking plan.
Okay, I finally found it. Here's another quote from the Daily Beast from Julian Assange. The Pentagon wants to bankrupt us by refusing to assist in the review. I was right.
What about what?
That he wanted to try to redact those names, and he didn't have the resources to, and they wouldn't fucking help him. He wanted to hand the information over to the Pentagon. He tried to give it to the Pentagon first to redact, and they refused.
So you gotta have resources to have a computer search for names in a PDF file? Are you serious?
That's not. Oh my god, dude.
All the documents were encrypted PDF files, and you're telling me you can't search through those and redact the name?
The PDF file is not always a plain text parsed document. Sometimes they're scanned images. It's not as simple as that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, this is how fucking retarded. This is how retarded you are. You never had the pro version of Adobe Acrobat.
Here
to fucking use it.
Let's see. Philip Shannon, WikiLeaks cry for help. The scramble to save informants. It's amazing how Assange has overplayed his hand. A Defense Department official marveled. Now he's alienating the joint letter by the 5 groups, first revealed by the Wall Street Journal, was met by a tart response from Assange, who communicates with the outside world largely through the social networking internet tool Twitter. He appeared to suggest that news organizations and human rights groups, notably Amnesty International, should help him underwrite his cost of the editing and release of more of the Afghan war documents, but that they were instead refusing to provide.
Wait, the cost? Did you say the cost? So he wants money from these guys. What a fucking
No, he didn't want money.
He literally said the cost.
He said help him
What it says? It says the cost. The cost. He wants money from them.
Pentagon wants to bankrupt us by refusing to assist review. He wanted them to assist in the review.
Exactly. They want to bankrupt us. They won't give us money. What a piece of shit. Fuck him.
Oh my God.
I hate him even more now. You better
He
give
said,
me money because I'm selling you documents.
You're like cherry picking words and not listening to the sentence.
He said the cost. That's what he said.
Yeah, there's a cost. Right, there's a cost for it.
He wants fucking money for. He stole documents from the government and then he wants money for them? Fuck off.
No, he wanted them to assist in the review.
I'm sure that's what he wanted. I'm sure. To assist in the review. So while I do my review, I gotta have a 1950 bottle of bourbon, some French cheese. Give me the money. Fuck off.
In a separate posting on Twitter, Assange estimated the cost of the harm minimization review, a reference apparently to the effort to edit the 15,000 documents to remove informants' names, at $700,000.
Only 15,000 documents? That ain't shit. You can search that with a computer program.
Not if they're scanned and they're not parsed in text. You don't understand that.
Okay, you are beyond retarded, idiot. You've never had Adobe Acrobat Pro. When you scan in a document, it can still search for the fucking names. You fucking idiot.
It depends. Sometimes it can, and sometimes
it doesn't depend.
And I don't
know
how many Afghanistan names do you think are in the database? Like, that's a high tech country with all their fucking names recorded in computer systems. I mean,
all you gotta do is
a lot of those people are still fucking illiterate.
All you gotta do is have the program search.
They're illiterate today. You think that their names are all in computers?
The 1,000 most common first names. The 1,000 most common first names in a database. It'll search through the document and fucking find them.
If it's so easy to do, why would they refuse to assist him in the review? If he's just
wants fucking money, you fucking retard.
Yeah, well, how come they're not making that argument?
They're not going to comment, you idiot. They got fucking caught their pants down.
Yeah,
why would they comment on the show?
That's pretty irresponsible for them to not even comment.
They're not going to comment. They don't want to take them off to have them again.
Not only should they be commenting, they should be openly saying, here's what you do. Send it right here. We'll review it for free. Send it over. That's what they should have done.
15,000 pages is not that hard to go. I thought it was millions of pages. 15,000, that ain't shit. Man, that's even worse than I thought it was.
And, you know, now that I'm finding these quotes, too, it kind of aligns with what I was saying about how the idea that he said he doesn't care about the Afghans and that fuck them, let them die, doesn't really match. It doesn't really match what he's saying here.
Oh, he cares about it so much that he wants to be paid money from the Pentagon.
If he really was, if he was really after the money, and if he's using sympathy towards them to get money, then he wouldn't chuck out the sympathy. He'd go, "Oh yeah, I wanted them to, but the government didn't pay for it." That's what he would have said. But you're quoting him as saying, "Oh no, fuck them, let them die." It doesn't match.
That's what he was quoted as saying. I didn't make the quote up.
Yeah. I know, but they did. Guarantee you.
Oh, they did? You have proof of that? Okay, prove it then.
I mean, I just fucking went over the proof. It doesn't match.
Okay.
Your proof if he's using sympathy towards them to get money, then he can't get the money if he throws away the sympathy he's using.
Your personal and retarded way of analyzing stuff is not proof. Your personal feelings and
it's not my personal. I'm just looking. All I'm doing is analyzing.
Show me a document.
I'm analyzing.
Show me a document.
You say that he has no sympathy for them. You say he's got no sympathy for them, but he's trying to use the sympathy to get money. Makes no sense.
You can't search through a document when you scan it in. There's no way to do that. You don't even fucking use the pro versions of stuff. So fucking dumb and retarded you are.
If it's that easy, why did the Pentagon refuse? Why did Amnesty International refuse? Why are they refusing if it's that easy?
I don't know. Probably because you wanted money from them, you fucking idiot.
I think maybe the point is that it's probably irresponsible to just use some quick computer scan because maybe one name would still be left in there. It probably would make more sense to have people go through them all personally and check everything and maybe even check the names that should be left in versus the ones that should be taken out. You know? That's probably why.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He steals documents from the Pentagon and then says, "Give me money so I can redact the names." Are you fucking retarded?
Yeah, that's not retarded. That would be the responsible way to do it. So you don't miss it.
I know, that's responsible. So
yeah,
I'm gonna fucking be Edward Snowden.
You've got one name of one guy that maybe was killed because of it, but you want to be so irresponsible to just skip some names. Your own story.
There'll be a lot of people dead now in Afghanistan. Now the Taliban has power, so.
Yeah, I'm not okay with that either. I'm not okay with that.
We also
I don't-
funded the
He
Taliban.
exposed names in Afghanistan.
Yeah, I know. We used to fund the
What'd you
Taliban.
say?
We gave them weapons and shit too. We used to.
Yeah, we did to fight against Russia. What's wrong with that? Are you fucking retarded?
Um,
Yeah,
They fought
funding
against
terrorists
Russia.
that come back and butcher people for the next 50 years. That's
Yeah.
a problem.
Okay, well, I know. I guess I never should have given weapons to fucking the UK.
Why didn't we just let
fucking-
Russia kill them? If we don't like them now, why did we fucking stop Russia from killing them before?
Because Russia was a bigger threat at the time, you fucking idiot. You want to put stuff into perspective today.
Yeah, but they're not attacking us.
And
They were
what you know today.
how are they a threat to us? They're attacking
you want to go
Taliban.
forward 30. You want to go forward 30 years. Apply what happened in the past 30 years.
If they're a
what
threat
was
to
going on in
us,
19
if they're a threat to us, it's beneficial to us to let them waste their resources on the Taliban.
They weren't. Russia was Russia. Yeah, of course. Yes.
Right,
That's the
but
point,
we
yes.
stopped. But we put a stop to that.
Put a stop to what?
Put a stop to letting them waste their resources on the Taliban. Instead, we had them waste their resources on our. They wasted our resources. We funded the Taliban, so they'd waste our resources.
I don't know what you're talking about. We gave them money when Russia invaded. When they defeated Russia, we still
So let
gave them
Russia invade. What do we care?
Russia defeated themselves.
Okay,
They just
and
collapsed
you know this
because
because
communism
you have 33 years of
I don't know if I give
hindsight.
them that.
Congratulations.
Communism wasn't
People are
really.
geniuses.
Communism wasn't the reason they collapsed.
Really?
No, they did. That was
Corruption.
Yeah, they just were fucking.
There's corruption.
They were needlessly killing people out of paranoia that they needed for their people that had skills and resources that they needed. That's not communism, though.
That's not communism.
Practice, that's what it always ends up being, though.
That just means they're promising communism and giving you murder and authoritarianism. They're not really.
Yeah.
That's not communism in practice.
Yeah, that's the grift, though.
I mean, that's not really. You can't blame communism for that, though. If somebody.
Well, you can blame communism for being a vehicle they used to deceive the people. Period.
I mean, but you could do if that's true, then democracy is a failure because they've lied to us.
It is a failure. It is a failure.
I mean,
the God that failed.
We don't have a democracy anyways. We have a fucking republic.
That wasn't communism. That's my point.
I'm not talking about communism right now. You're talking about democracy. We never had democracy. We've only had a republic.
They promised democracy, and that's not what we have. They promised communism, and that's what they had.
A republic's a form of.
No, nobody has ever said.
I mean,
people tongue in cheek.
It's not the democracy that I was referencing. A true democracy, a people's democracy, not a republic. Because that's the way they present in this country, as if
why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? 60 years later, you're gonna fucking question stuff. When you have 60 plus years, 20/20 hindsight, you're gonna question shit. You're so fucking retarded. Go write a book. See how good it sells.
I hate writing.
Yeah, you hate reading too. You can't even read a fucking book.
Hire me a ghostwriter. I'll write a book.
Yeah, no one's gonna fucking buy it because it's gonna sound fucking retarded. It's gonna be some dumbass millennial being like,
nobody's gonna buy it because
they should have done this. They should have done this. They should have done that because I have 33 years of hindsight and it's just wrong. Yeah, it's just wrong.
Well, the point is that trying to micromanage the entire world always backfires.
Honestly, we could do a better job if we were to go into countries instead of just fucking bombing them and killing them. Like if we were to try to improve their status and build and not like Iraq where we fucking fake like we're building shit, but like actually build like hospitals and schools and try to educate them and get them to
We did in Afghanistan. We did in Afghanistan. You fucking idiot.
No, we didn't. We faked it there too. There's like,
Okay. No, we didn't. Okay, you're right. I'm
we
wrong
didn't.
again. You got me.
We didn't.
I'm wrong again. You got me. We didn't build any hospitals. We didn't build any schools. You're right.
We built faux hospitals and schools there.
We built
Faux hospitals.
What is faux? What are you talking about?
There's a whole bunch of like building shells there that we built that never got fucking like there's tons of fucking
It's all fake. It's all fake.
No, the buildings are real, but they're just empty shells.
It's like a Hollywood set. You're right. It's all fake.
No, it's just an empty building that they promised. Like we've had funding for it, but a bunch of the money just fucking disappeared. It's like, oh fuck, where'd it go? It's like, you know, we had the same thing happen with fucking weaponry too. It's like we sent tanks and fucking helicopters over to Iraq and Afghanistan. It's like, oh, where'd they go? We lost fucking, oh, what do you know? We lost fucking 30 tanks. Who knows where they went? The aim was to jumpstart Afghanistan's cashmere industry and grow its profile on the international market. The Pentagon task force funded the purchase and transport of 9 rare Italian goats to breed with those native to Afghanistan. Hopefully, this would improve the animals' undercoats. $6 million for fucking 9 goats? Jesus Christ. A $36 million command center that's not even being used. $28 million for army uniforms that never fucking materialized. $1 billion for schools that have no teachers or students in them. I mean, it's like, I mean, this stuff isn't hard to find. I don't. How does he not know about this shit?
Yeah, and whoever, like, we take all this tax money, military spending, and it goes to private companies. And they build bridges, and then they get blown up, and then they build them again.
Even though, like, our military has all that shit. Like, we have military guys that build buildings. We don't need to hire private companies. We could have our literal soldiers that are already over there could be building shit. Yeah. And then it's like, and then you have oversight because it's like we're in charge of it. So, you know, it's not like, oh well, some company, oh who did it, oh who knows, oh and can you fire them, oh we're not even in charge of that company. It's like, oh and who's at fault in the company, oh we don't know, the documents were lost, who fucking knows who's. It's like, yep. It's such a clusterfuck and nobody pays for anything. Yeah, but our military would have much easier time of making sure it gets shit done right. If they really wanted to, they could. Yeah, and we could build the shit for real. I've seen.
They will.
I've seen pictures.
It's designed to be permanent.
I've seen pictures of those schools and hospitals too. Like I seen one. I seen like they'll build the building, and it's like then there's a bunch of money that's supposed to go into like filling it with like carpet and flooring and drywall and like, you know, like central air and heat and electricity, but it's not. It's just it's just the shell of a building. It looks complete from the outside, but you go in and it's still like concrete slabs and fucking and studs. You know, there's like nothing on the inside. There's no fucking hospital beds. There's no equipment. There's not even electrical wires in the walls.
Yeah, and calling these companies who do that private companies is kind of a misnomer because they're getting public funds.
I know, right?
And they're using the government to secure these contracts or bribing the government.
Those guys should be in jail. Those guys who run those companies.
Yep. But that's what the whole system is built around now, is that relationship.
Yeah, they don't want to. They don't really want to help those countries. That's what I'm saying. They want to keep them in chaos. They don't. I mean, they don't. Even if we don't care, even if we don't want them in chaos, they don't care either way. It's all about just pocketing as much fucking money as they can.
I think
And I'm not even.
they
Look,
think like if they can fix something, they'll like pat themselves on the back for how humanitarian they are. But ultimately, they're pursuing profits.
if we were to really come in and help the Afghanistans and build what they need and set them up for success, they'd fucking love us and they'd say, fuck China, we're not building that pipeline. Like, that would be a more successful way. It would be a more useful way of, like, the money, like, that would be spending money in an efficient way that actually works. You could probably do it for cheaper. But the problem is all those corporations wouldn't get a huge cut like they do. The money would actually end up getting spent. A lot of it would filter down to the actual workers. And if we did it the way I said, like through military employees, you'd have soldiers getting paid. We'd have to, and that's another thing is you'd have to. It sucks because the American people would probably never go for it because you'd have to be like, well, we're gonna have to send another 500,000 troops over there to get it done. And people are send more troops over. No, we want to pull them out. It's like people have no concept of like nuance and not only that, they don't a lot, half of the Americans, especially the Trumpsters, the Republicans and shit, they don't give a fuck about the Afghans, and they don't care. Like, honestly, a lot of those guys, even if they knew it would work better, like I said, and it would benefit the country, they wouldn't even care. They'd be like, nah, fuck the Afghanistans. We don't want to help them.
They care about the Christian Afghanis.
Right. I don't know. I don't even think they care about them. They don't give a fuck about them right now because I don't think the Taliban likes them.
Nope.
The Christian Afghanis are probably the first ones that were lining up to be our informants and shit, and those are the first ones they're chopping heads off.
Yep. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I seen a bunch of documentaries.
Or you take them over. This middle ground is not working.
That when we took over Iraq, the general that was in charge of it, I seen a fucking video where he was pleading with Congress, you guys need to send 200,000 troops over there so that we can secure all the necessities that the utilities and schools and hospitals that the people over there need, and so that we can secure the fucking military bases and the stores, because Saddam had weaponry, right? He had guns and tanks and helicopters and in bases and in storage and all over the country, right? I mean, he had a military.
A lot of them that we gave him, probably.
No, yeah, that's probably true. The general was saying, like, we need troops to protect all that shit. We need to send them right away, and fucking guard all that shit. And we didn't do that. And not only did we not send them over, we only sent like I don't know what it was. It was like 40,000 troops. It was enough to protect our bases and the oil properties.
Yeah.
That was all we sent. And what happened is, not only did we not send our own guys to protect it, we didn't even keep the fucking Iraqi military intact to try to get them to protect it. They disbanded the Iraqi military, and the ISIS stole all the fucking Iraqi weaponry. All of it got taken by our enemy. We basically just fucking armed our enemy.
Yep.
It's insane the way they ran that shit over there. Insane. That was all just a huge grift. All of it.
And it creates future problems that they can use as
They can grift again.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why they don't care about stopping this obvious cycle that keeps happening.
Yeah, I could be wrong about us going back to Afghanistan. We might not, because like you said, we might just go somewhere else. And plus, and like I said, oil's starting to become less of a thing. So maybe we don't care about the pipeline so much anymore. China might not even care about it anymore because they're trying to electrify.
God bless.